This segment of JTV News is brought to you by Clarence Thomas Limited, Infinite Solutions, and Caribbean Sellers.
The islands of St. Lucia and Dominica are likely to throw their fortunes behind the embattled regional airline Liat. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, who is chairman of the three shareholder governments of the Antigua-based airline, told Parliament that St. Lucia and Dominica are likely to acquire shares in the airline, the main carrier serving the region. The governments of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Antigua and Barbuda currently control the majority stake in Liat. Gonsalves said that his government remains committed to Liat, its reform, fleet renewal and expansion to meet the intra-regional air transport demands for Caribbean and international travelers. He said unless a further fundamental restructuring of Liat ensues, the potential of this vital airline service would not be fully realized, and that is a major challenge in 2012 for the three shareholder governments. The airline, which operates 110 flights daily, faces tremendous economic problems due mainly to high fuel costs and the need to upgrade its aging fleet. A large portion of the total rubble from Haiti's earthquakes is recently being recycled into materials for building new homes as part of a pilot project by the United Nations Development Programme. Haiti has recycled about 20% of more than half of the rubble that has been removed, using the materials to construct new homes, repave sidewalks, and build walls and riverbank protection structures. About 90% of the employees of the program, which is being coordinated by the UNDP and the Haitian government, are Haitian. In Léogâne, one of the areas hit hardest by the January 2010 earthquake, almost 75% of the rubble has been removed with help from the project, which has trained 7,000 Haitians in manual and mechanical rubble removal, along with other skills. The UNDP's debris management project is seen as a way of helping people start living again. Trinidad and Tobago's government is boasting of a successful visit to India. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar says many windows were opened for future progress and prosperity and identified multiple areas for cooperation.
Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is confident that her 12 days away from this country were not wasted. Upon her return to the country on Sunday, the Prime Minister outlined the extensive list of agreements and memoranda of understanding signed in India. She said TNT nationals will benefit from increased scholarships in the field of information technology and fashion. Of the 200 meetings the Prime Minister says were held, she noted that the business sector is poised to benefit tremendously from greater partnerships with India and its population of 1 billion people.
We can expect to see concrete proposals from more than 10% of the company's targets. This is 10% of over 100 companies. As Invest TT has signed a number of MOUs, 5 of them, and more than 15% are expected to be in TNT within the next 3 months to continue discussions and conduct the necessary feasibility studies and submit project proposals thereafter. 2 will actually be in TNT before the end of this month, January.
Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar said discussions were held in relation to wastewater management, shipbuilding and repair, plastics and the telecom sector, among others. Experts in the field of agriculture, information technology, the energy sector, and Indian universities will arrive in this country as early as this week and in the coming months to finalize some of the agreements signed. The agricultural expert will help TNT in getting rid of the red palm mite disease. The Prime Minister says this country is now poised to increase LNG exports to India and in addition will benefit from a $5 billion bitumen upgrade project.
TNT has a significant heavy oil resource, which has been largely underutilized. The proposed bitumen upgrader project could unlock these valuable resources. Petrotrin has committed to supply Reliance with information it requires to accelerate its feasibility study.
An interministerial committee will be formed to oversee the rollout of the outcomes of the visit. That team will convene this week upon instructions from the Prime Minister. For CNC3, I'm Kamal Georges.
St. Lucia's Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony says his government has no intention of going to the International Monetary Fund for assistance despite the worsening world economic situation. In a statement on Monday, Prime Minister Anthony said that unlike other CARICOM countries, his administration would adopt the appropriate corrective measures to avoid any approach to the Washington-based financial institution. Anthony, who is also the island's finance minister, said the IMF has always had a very cordial relationship with St. Lucia, and he is more concerned about the regional issues and events that impact the economy than the domestic ones where the IMF is concerned. Anthony said St. Lucia is determined to manage its economy and keep from entering into an intimate relationship with the IMF. The Chinese government has handed over 2 ferries to Guyana. The ferries are valued at a total of $14.4 million. The Sabanto and Kanawan vessels were handed over by Chinese ambassador for the use across the Essequibo River. The ambassador said the new ferries will greatly facilitate an improved livelihood for the people and the production of agriculture and other goods on both sides of the river. 2012 marked 40 years of cooperation and friendship between Guyana and China. The handing over of the 2 ferries is seen as a part of the 40th anniversary celebration and to benefit ordinary people, workers, farmers, and the people on both sides, China and Guyana. The boats have been described as a New Year's gift by the Chinese embassy. Each ferry has the capacity to seat 800 passengers with 20 lorries or 44 cars. This is Walter Barrett for JTV News.